Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised. Ready for something outrageous? A van owner really knows how to rock and roll. Oh! Raising this Christmas pole should be a snap. An amateur stripper is floored by his own performance. And a biker goes for a dip and hits the deck. If it's off the wall and it's on tape, then it's all here. It's totally outrageous behavior.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Totally Outrageous Behavior. I'm Lisa Durgan. Wait until you see what we have on the menu for you tonight. We're featuring a generous portion of the wildest videos in the world, served alongside a heaping helping of humiliation, hilarity, and a side order of out-and-out insanity. So if you're hungry for laughter, your order's up. It's Christmas Day in the mountains, and Brad Minette and his family are on an outing.
My dad and my brother and I were taking a hike, and as we crossed the ridge at the top, decided to roll rocks.
Nothing says Christmas like chucking rocks down a hill.
Oh! We rolled several little ones, and they never made it even halfway down, so we didn't really give it too much thought. Ready? Yeah.
That's a mistake, and it won't be their last.
We got right up above where the van was parked, and finally we found the perfect rock, and we set it to go, and 1, 2, 3, go! Go! As the rock went the first 50 feet or so, we could see that it was on a beeline course for the van.
If that thing hits the van, I'm dead.
And I just said, no, 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 no.
No, 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 no. Oh!
It went down and hit the van, smack.
Oh! How can I be so stupid?
I don't believe it, Brad. What'd you do that for?
What are the chances of that thing hitting the van?
Actually, the chances look pretty good.
Oh!
I was in shock.
Brad is stunned, and the van's not doing so well either.
The official estimate by a local body shop came out to just over $4,000.
So much for any last-minute Christmas shopping.
If I was in the same situation again, I think I would pay attention to that little voice in my head that was saying,
No, 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 no.
What'd you do that for?
If you thought that was outrageous, wait until you see this. This girl is doing a school project about environmental hazards.
There's also a bunch of different oak trees, and there's a bunch of different types of wildlife as well.
Talk about a hazard. Bikes may be safer for the environment, but only if you stay indoors.
Oh my gosh.
Here's an actor who tried to steal the spotlight, but he fell a little short. It's showtime at this German musical theater, and this actor is playing a little man stuck in a big man's world. Here come the big men now. These leggy fellows tower over the show's tiny star. Well, most of them do. One of them seems to be having a little trouble. Yikes, make that two. But the show must go on. Performing in public is a tall order, but this guy just doesn't fit the bill. Here's the guy who's about to find out that he's skating on thin ice.
Go for it.
Derek Walden is going to do some ice skating on his skateboard.
Yeah, you better believe it.
There's just one slight problem.
As a skater, I'd rake myself as an amateur, probably. I'm not very good.
But that won't stop him from trying.
Had the video camera, and we thought, this would be really cool if we got it on camera of me jumping on the ice and skating across.
That would be cool. But instead, it's ice cold.
When I landed and the ice broke, I was thinking, this is cold, this hurts. Why did I do this?
Meanwhile, Derek's pals are only thinking one thing.
Do it again!
My friends are laughing at me, and I could hear them. It didn't bother me much. I mean, they laugh at me a lot.
Can't imagine why. Eventually, Derek finds his way back onto dry land. But for how long?
If I could do it again, I'd definitely do it, in a split second. I'd probably wear a cape and do it 2 or 3 more times.
That gave me the chills. And why don't you chill out for a minute until we return with more totally outrageous behavior.
Coming up, a thrill-loving biker falls head over heels. Plus, when a racer hits a beehive, he races for the finish line. And later, this couple tries to put the spark back in their marriage when totally outrageous behavior continues.
Welcome back to Totally Outrageous Behavior. Sibling rivalry can make you do some really crazy things. You want proof? Yeah! Take a look at these two brothers. It's gonna be a big day for bicycle daredevil Ryan Gaybach.
I woke up in the morning and I noticed my parents weren't home, so I thought it would be a perfect time to try to jump onto the roof. Ever since I saw that roof, I always wanted to jump onto it.
Ryan is about to realize a lifelong dream. Yeah, keep on dreaming.
I bailed off to try to grab onto the roof and save myself, but that wasn't a good idea.
You think? Luckily, Ryan is okay. But will he ever try this again?
I'm thinking about trying to jump again, maybe sometime soon, when my parents weren't home.
Parents or not, this kid is grounded. For good. Okay, apparently outrageous behavior runs in the family, as you'll see when you meet Ryan's little brother, Mike. Motocross biker Michael Gaybach woke up this morning with a mission.
I decided I wanted to do a backflip on my dirt bike, so I gathered a couple of my friends and we went out there.
I'm gonna give up trying to backflip!
This is my first time doing a backflip on my dirt bike.
But the young biker doesn't let a little thing like inexperience stop him from going for it.
I did the first one and it came out all right. I was just glad I didn't kill myself.
But that's not good enough for Mike. He didn't nail the landing exactly as planned.
I was supposed to do a backflip, land on both wheels and ride away and be like, woo, I did a backflip.
Unfortunately, this time, the wheels land on him.
You okay?
Yeah, you all right, man? I landed first, and I was praying that the bike wouldn't land on top of me. But hey, I knew something hit me, and common sense told me it was the bike.
But luckily, Mike did gain some valuable life experience to pass on to the younger generation.
All you kids out there, try not to be stupid like me.
That shouldn't be too hard. Now here's something you never hear in the Gaybach household. Why can't you be more like your brother? And now a little story about teamwork, a great way to make stupid stuff happen faster. In this German village, it's time for the traditional raising of the Christmas pole. As soon soon as it's standing, the celebration can begin. And that should be sometime in February. Understandably, the townspeople are frustrated. Their tribute to the North Pole just went south. Here are two fathers who need to learn their table manners. These kids are gathered around a table to find out who has the stronger dad. The proud fathers lock paws for the ultimate test of strength, arm wrestling. The kids start the countdown, and the battle begins. Both dads push it to the max. Eventually, one of them has to crack. Oops! Looks like the table beat them to it. So who has the stronger dad? Looks like it's a split decision. You have to be prepared for all sorts of emergencies when you're a race car driver, but here's a racer who runs into something he never expected. At a car race in Mexico, drivers put the pedal to the metal. But one competitor pushes a little too hard. And his car spins out of control. As if that's not bad enough, he plows right into a beehive. And now the angry swarm is out for revenge. A concerned track official tries to wave them away with a large yellow flag. Great idea. That'll calm them down. Or not. Sadly, there'll be no trophy for this racer today. When his wrong turn put him in the path of bees, he felt the sting of defeat. Want to find out what the buzz is all about? Don't go away. Totally Outrageous Behavior will be back on course right after this.
Up next, this ball is going, gone. Plus, a centerfold goes skinny dipping. And later, an old dog learns a new trick when Totally Outrageous Behavior returns.
Welcome back to Totally Outrageous Behavior. You know, I'm a huge sports fan, and I go to a lot of games, and I've got a tip for you. Even when the home team is winning, you shouldn't let it go to your head. A softball pitcher sends one straight down the middle, and the batter sends it straight out of the park. No one can stop this home run ball, except for this guy. That's a first. One swing, but two hits. Figure skaters are among the most graceful athletes in the world. But of course, there's an exception to every rule. This skating team is going for the gold. And that's the new girl on the team. She's just a little bit nervous about her big debut. And when she takes out another skater, her teammates start to get a little nervous about her. The team tries to regroup, but they just can't get back in sync. They almost get it together for the big finale. But the new girl's clumsiness seems to be contagious. Thanks to her, this performance is more brutal than a hockey game. The next time this Clumsy Ice Princess shows up for practice, her teammates just might give her the cold shoulder. two men who have the same problem. They should have stayed in their seats. At a wedding reception in Spain, this man has had a little too much to drink. Now that he's loosened up, he decides to strip for the guests. It's time for the table dance. Ouch! More like a floor dance. If this Chippendale wannabe ever goes pro, he should get paid under the table. At this dog race, a pack of greyhounds speeds towards the finish line. But as they enter the home stretch, this genius tries to cross the track. Nice move. It seems this gambler wanted to get a close-up look at the competition. And now his day at the races has gone to the dogs. You want your anniversary party to be a night to remember? Well, here's one way to make it unforgettable. This is Maggie and Ed's 45th wedding anniversary. As part of the festivities, the couple lights up a little sparkler that turns out to be a Roman candle. Sure hope they didn't put 45 of those on the cake. Now there's just the small issue of extinguishing the table. But it's nice to know that after all these years, when Maggie and Ed get together, the sparks still fly. This next video was sent to us by totally outrageous viewer Shauna Morris. Shauna wanted to get her feet wet in the modeling world, and boy, did she ever. Shauna Morris has always dreamed of being a centerfold model.
A friend of mine had made centerfold, and we were gonna just try and see our luck, see how we could do.
So Shauna sets up a photo shoot at this exotic waterfall.
The water was so cold, it was freezing. Probably, I'm guessing, like maybe 35, 40 degrees.
And the water temperature's not the only problem. Looks like Shauna's made her first big splash in the modeling world.
Oh, my elbow. I landed on the rocks below. It was kind of like a very painful water slide.
And now Shauna's dream is over. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Coming up next, every dog has its day. Just not today. On Totally Outrageous Behavior.
Welcome back to Totally Outrageous Behavior. Well, if it's the end of the show, then it must be time for our most outrageous clip of the night. Now, I've seen some pretty wild stunts before, but this one is doggone crazy.
You have to be careful. I don't know how good these are on here.
Brody Vercher and his brother are planning a backyard stunt.
Me and my brother built the ramp from an old shop table and a couple of 2x4s and a piece of plywood.
His brother lets the camera roll as Brody bikes up the ramp. And into the pool.
Awesome! Awesome!
And so far, it's going great. That is, until their dog Mac decides to get in on the action.
He's a natural cow dog and he likes to herd cows. When he doesn't have the cows to herd, he herds the next best thing, which is me on a bike.
Apparently, Mac doesn't want Brody to go into the pool.
My dog does not like to go swimming in the pool. He hates the water.
So this time, Mac herds Brody right into the ground.
The dog caused me to wipe out because I was coming full speed toward the ramp, and I was focusing on the ramp. At the last minute, he came into my peripheral vision off to the side, and I tried to stick my foot down and stop, but I was going too fast.
That can't feel good.
I was more worried about the dog. The bike is replaceable. The dog isn't.
Thankfully, Dog and Master are both fine. But next time, Brody and Mac should find a better way to cool off. That guy is totally off the deep end. And speaking of the end, that's all the totally outrageous behavior we have for tonight. So thanks for joining us. Good night, everybody.